So, thoughts create your reality. I'm sure you've all heard this saying before. It's pretty common, and in a lot of ways, it does hold a lot of weight to it. It's very relevant and it's very true. Your thoughts do ultimately create the world that you create for yourself, the actions that you take, the way that you decide to live your life. So, yes, your thoughts 100% do create your reality. But something that really important that I want to touch up on is how your mental state also contributes to it in a more, I guess, quantum physical kind of way. So the other day I was on YouTube and I came across this series called The Holographic Universe. I'm going to be leaving a link to the series in the bottom in the section bottom here. So it's kind of a long series. It's about 5 episodes long, and each episode is about an hour and a half. So it's pretty long, but it's very, very interesting. It's really a great series. It lays this theory out extremely clearly. It goes very in depth into what this means, what the holographic universe means, and it has a bunch of scientific backing. So there's a ton of experts in this series talking about the holographic universe, their take on it, and just supporting evidence for it. So this isn't like some crazy mumbo jumbo stuff. It's actually like an extremely legit thing, and I think it's really important to watch it and to be aware of this because it's gonna change your life significantly. I feel like it has changed my life significantly watching this video. It has put things into perspective for me that I was not expecting at all. So essentially, like, just very briefly, I'm just going to scratch the surface of what the series is about. It goes into the fact that we are essentially living in a holographic universe. So although all of this is very real, although we are living in quote unquote reality, it's not as real as we would have essentially assumed or realized in the grander scheme of things. So the series starts out by explaining a really interesting experiment that was done back in the 60s that started being conducted with matter. So I'm sure you guys all know, I'm just going to briefly touch up on this, but particles are the basic building blocks of matter. So when I say particles, I'm talking about neutrons, electrons, protons. Those are the 3 most basic particles that construct matter, and from there, you expand and you start to make elements, and then you get into like molecules and things like that. So essentially, what they did is they found out a bunch of scientists in the 60s, and this experiment has been recreated several hundred, if not thousands of times. And they keep finding the same results over and over again. Essentially, what scientists figured out, quantum mechanic scientists figured out that matter, as we know it, isn't what it seems. So what I mean by that is matter is actually a wave. It is a frequency. It behaves as a wave or as a frequency up until it is actually observed. So once we observe matter, that's when it becomes a solid. But before we observe it, it is actually a wave. It's a type of frequency, much like sound waves or water waves. They kind of ripple out. It's not an actual solid. Matter isn't matter until it is observed, which is crazy. I mean, that's just a crazy thing, in general. But essentially what this means for us, for everybody, is that everything in this world has a frequency. Everything emits some kind of wavelength, some kind of frequency, and that is impacting us on a psychological, on an emotional, on a physical level. that we can't even comprehend. I mean, really. So I think this fact is important for two reasons. One, it makes it much more feasible and tangible to create your own reality. I mean, really think about it. If all matter is a frequency up until we actually see it, then imagine what you can do with your thoughts. Thoughts are frequencies too. Thoughts, everything is a frequency. That means that you have the power, you have the potential to create a world, a physical world for yourself by aligning with the frequencies that you want to emit. That's huge. I mean, really, that is huge. There is scientific proof that, matter is just frequency. It's all waves. So if you align yourself and if you train your mind to be aligned with those frequencies that you want to emit, the possibilities are freaking endless, man. You are literally going to be controlling your reality in a way that is like unlike anything else. And so that's a huge thing. That is a huge thing. I think, so the second thing is now it's just a matter of training your mind and aligning yourself with those kinds of frequencies. So it's opening yourself up to that and starting to think in a way that goes beyond our current state of being, our current 3D frame of thinking. It's stepping into a new plane of reality. It's stepping into taking responsibility for your thoughts, for the energy that you're emitting, and the energy that you're surrounding yourself with. Because all of that obviously is impacting the way that you are creating and the things that you are manifesting. So this was just something that I really wanted to share with everyone because, I have been reading and watching videos and going to seminars and, doing all of these things, going to workshops in regards to mindfulness and manifesting and, reprogramming your mind. And all of those things have been really great because they've also touched up on like the psychological aspects of it, the biological aspects of it, but nothing has rocked my world as much as this revelation because it's literally scientific fact. It just is. It is. So I just wanted to share that with everyone, and hopefully that kind of helps you guys with, manifesting, with your thoughts, creating your reality, and helping you along the process of creating the life that you're looking for. Because I know that with this information, I am in a very different place right now. But I really strongly encourage you guys to check that series out. Again, I'm going to be leaving a link in the description so that you guys can check it out on your own time. Again, it's very long, but it's so well worth it. It's so well worth it to see it. The information that is going to be presented to you is really so crucial for every living being to understand. This could literally change the world, guys. I'm not even joking. So, hope this helps. I hope that you guys take the time to look into this and, best of luck with manifesting.